That explains the bucket hat then.
Yeah.
That's why you did very low structure hat.
Is that why you didn't hang out on the Camp Zeta night? Because you were like, it's
brought
all,
back some painful
all the
memories.
scouting stuff is a little too hard to take? Yeah.
Well, plus Matthews was already wearing the same Kigu that I own, and so one of us would have had to change. And since they actually work this shift,
You never see more than one animal of one type in the wild.
You can have two
No.
bats.
Bats are well
Bats,
known for
yeah.
being very solitary.
Whenever you go into a cave, everyone's always worried about a single bat coming out.
giant underground structures, huge cavernous
One
thing.
bat.
Single bat.
So
Just one big bat.
No, regular sized bat.
So talking about perfectly normal sized bats in Australia,
Yeah.
that was one of the things. I grew up close to Graham. That's how I know him. I know him from when we were kids. I went to the same schools as a lot of the Loading Ready Run crew did. But I went to grad school in Melbourne, and one of the things I had to adjust to moving to Australia, at sunrise or sunset, and I guess at sunrise, but I'm never awake at sunrise, a whole bunch of fruit bats fly around,
Flying foxes.
and they're huge.
They're big. Their bodies, I mean, I don't know the Melbourne ones, but in Brisbane, their bodies are about this long.
Imagine if a border collie could fly.
Yeah, their wingspan is larger than my arm span, I think. About that size, I think. They're
Max for scale.
big.
And when I lived in Australia, it was night watch. What was to become Night Watch and Zeta, because this was before the shifts had developed their
Right,
modern
yeah.
identities. And then I was back here, and then I was in Europe in the UK and in Sweden for I guess about 8 years total. And then it was Zeta and Dawn Guard, which were the shifts I got to watch a lot of. So like my experience of Desert Bus has changed depending on where I've lived, because you get to see different time zones, or you get to see different shifts. And then now it's Dawn Guard that's a bit of a mystery to. Well, Zeta. What happens in late Zeta and early Dawn Guard is a mystery now to me.
I haven't seen any Dawn Guard in a decade, probably.
Yeah, ever since I switched to Night Watch, I have not seen a moment of Dawn Guard.
Yeah, it is usually like I mean, for me, it's Alpha Flight, right? It's like
Yeah.
the you sort of have a peripheral connection to the two shifts that order on the one that you're on.
Speaking
but
of-
the one that's on the complete other side, we have absolutely no communication with,
No communication
except for
whatsoever.
except for these
Is
messages in a bottle that we are
Yes.
leaving for each other.
So that's